Looking at 6a, you're looking at a pool or a pond, I guess, that's surrounded by a deck that is 3 feet wide. And we're trying to find the dimensions of the pond if we know we have 100 feet of fence going around the deck. So the quickest way to get through this problem, best way to get through this problem is to draw a picture. I think A is, well, the first question is probably the easiest. You got a square region. So here's my fenced in region. I've got a 3-foot deck on all sides of my pond, and my pond's inside here. So what do I know about this? I know that if I look at all the fence out here, I've got 100 feet of it. Now if I've got square fence, all 4 of these sides are going to be the same length, so that means they all got to be 25. So what do I know about the relationship between the size of the fence and the size of the pool? I know that there's a 3-foot distance all around because it's a 3-foot wide deck. So, what am I looking at for the size of the pond? Looks like it's going to be the side of the pond. It's got to be 25 minus 6, right? Because we're taking 3 off both sides, which is 19. So it's a 19 by 19 pond. If you look at the next one, you got a situation where the pond itself is supposed to be, it's a long skinny one, supposed to be 3 times as long as it is wide. So if I call this length W, then that means this has got to be 3W. So again, we got to figure out how big do these sides need to be so that all 4 of them add up to 100. So I know I've got 3 on each side, so that means this is W plus 6 on the outside, and then likewise this length, the outside of the fenced in area, is 3W plus another 6, right? Because the length of this pool, or this pond, plus 3 on this side and 3 on this side. Alright, so what we know is that the perimeter of the fence, which is going to be W plus 6 times 2, 1 for the top and 1 for the bottom, plus 3W plus 6 times 2, right, because there's another 3W plus 6 over here. That has got to be equal to 100. So we should be able to solve that for W and figure out the dimensions of this pond. So if I multiply this out, I've got 100 equals 2W plus 12 plus 6W plus another 12, which is 8W plus 24 is equal to 100. Now that gets me 8W is equal to 100 minus 24 is 76, and so W is 76 over 8, which I don't know what that is. I think it's 9.5. So that means 3W, the other side of the pond, is, I want to say it's 28.5 if I remember it right. So what you get is a pond which is 9.5 by 28.5. Alright, so the last one, what do we know? We got a circular fenced in area and a circular pool. So we're trying to figure out how to get the dimensions of this pool. Let's call the radius of the inner pond here R. So what do we know about the radius of the fenced in area? It's got to be R plus 3, right? Because again, we've got this 3-foot wide deck. So that means the circumference of the fence, it's got to be 2 pi times the radius, which is R plus 3. So that has got to be equal to 100. So again, we should be able to solve this to figure out the radius of that pond inside. So it looks like if I take R plus 3, that's got to be 100 over 2 pi. I can just divide both sides by 2 pi. And so R has got to be 100 over 2 pi minus 3, whatever that is.